Well guys, how's it doing today? So we got hay finally going on the ground. They brought their swather, their old swather, their Versatile 400. He's down in there cutting all the new hay. This is what he's done so far. It's the young guys. I don't know if this is his oldest son or not, but that's who's here doing it anyway. Everyone else is, I suppose busy. I think the young guys, I think he's still trying to bale up hay yet. He's probably got tons of hay on the ground, and it's supposed to rain the next 2 days. Both days are 50 to 60% chances of rain. I was picking up the stuff along the dike there. I didn't do anything today because they're here doing this. And by the time they got done baling and everything, and that dried over there again, it might have mold on it. So I can't really say if I'll be picking up any more of that stuff along the bridge. I knew I should have, well, I wish I could have had the rake fixed, because I would have raked it and it would have been up in 1 day probably, but gonna have to try, I guess try next year, see if we can get the rake going. These windrows are not as fat. I mean, I suppose they're decent, but they're not what I would want. But I guess over here to get a little more, it's gonna dry up some too yet, and then get smaller. So it's really only got however much he gets cut today. Isn't going to be much to dry this crap, but it'll dry. I guess a little bit. But anyways, he's cutting this thing in, I guess, like a big old circle or something. I guess it's basically what he's doing. That's what happened last year. But last year he had the John Deere mower here. Had the John Deere tractor with that mower on the back. So I guess we'll see how this turns out. This is what I've been waiting for. Kind of get excited when they start cutting hay, because then alright, well, this is the moment of truth type of thing, It's like, this is what's going to total our bales for the year. If we'll get more than what we'll get out of it. What we'll get out of this year, I don't know. We could end up with 60 bales again, I don't know. But we gotta get, that new hay over there, we gotta get more than, well, I set a goal for 20. I know one guy I think he was joking around, and he said 24, and I guess everyone's kind of putting their input in it and thinking what they think, which is fine. But we got to have at least 100 bales off this every year to really keep us in business. Because out of that, it's not going to work out. So I need to actually invest in a bale spear for the 1586, and then when they're done baling, we'll start picking this shit up. But by the time I get a bale spear here, my uncle would have already started picking this stuff up, because this stuff's only going to be on the ground for 3 or 4 days depending on weather conditions, and then it could be baled up. They don't have a tailgate on that truck anymore. I guess they took it off for whatever reasons. Maybe it was just getting in the way. I'd probably take it off too to see if it was getting in the way of shit, but I guess the only time will tell how many bales we get off this truck, or how many bales we get off this field. This is just that big square field, and he's cutting, like I said, he's cutting everything in like a big old circle, so, which is more effective. I don't know if I should say that. It's more time, you save time doing it that way. you know. So let's make a big old circle and cut it in a big old circle. Well, you can see there are some storms brewing. I think there's a 10 or 20% chance tonight, but that's kind of a small. Usually, anything under 20%, it's never going to happen. That's usually the way it is over here anyway. At this ranch, it never. Anything under 20%, it doesn't do anything. So, but if you're wondering where Big Red is, well, Big Red's actually on the south side of the farm. I just walked my ass way over here because I got a good pile of hay in the barn. It's actually quite a bit, and I wanted to check on it, make sure I wouldn't catch on fire, because I know they say if hay is hot, but I think it only gets hot if it's wet. The hay was still cool yet, so, and this today it got almost, it was 2 more degrees and it would have been up to 90. So it's not too bad now. It's gonna start dropping off here in the next hour. It's gonna start getting a little, it's gonna drop like 2 degrees. But whatever. So now for the joys of, I guess, of waiting to see how much hay we'll get, how many bales. That's the true waiting game now, is to see how many bales we get off this fucking thing. Piece of shit land. I think if they would have threw some fertilizer on it, might have helped, but you know, this stuff may not even be worth it. If there was alfalfa or something in here, maybe it would be more worth it, but anything's better than nothing. Even if we could throw, I wish I could get my hands on a shit spreader, because I'd be spreading our cow shit out here. That would help, because that's natural fertilizer. It's not chemicals or anything like that. So, and that's the trailer they brought the swather on, I guess. The old timers got one like this, but it's a little bit, the ramps are set it up different though. His is actually bigger. I think they were both homemade though. They were made by somebody else, and then they got out. Then they didn't need them anymore, so then they, you know, sold them. But there we go, anyways, guys. 2018 hay is going on the ground. It sounds like I think he's gonna cut that big field over there tonight, probably. I think I'll probably do the rest of this some other day. It's gonna, if we get any rain tonight or tomorrow and the next day, we'll see, but they're talking 50-60% chance. So we kind of could use the rain anyway. We're still freaking dry over here. It's like, yeah, we've had showers, but they've been so damn light, like a mist pretty much, and they just don't do nothing. And then I did move my rain gauge. If anyone was wondering about my rain gauge, I did move it closer to the house. It's on a 2x4 now, closer, you know, to the house now. And because the last couple of readings, I've only been getting up to ½ an inch of rain in the rain gauge. So that might be accurate to what we've been having, because we're so freaking dry over here. But we would need probably at least a good inch to get out of this dryness that we're having, but we're not going to get it. Now with hay going on the ground, I don't think we kind of should hold off on rain, but you can't tell the rain what to do. So I don't know, if it does rain, hope it doesn't rain too much. Hopefully we'll have a decent year. I mean, I don't think a little shower will hurt it, but if it was like last year, it'd be a freaking disaster. So there you go, guys. Just a little hay update. That's the 2500 Dodge. I thought it was a 3500, but she's a 2500. So just getting some body rust down there, though. He wants to get rid of the bed and put a flat bed on it, which I like the bed better. But another thing I did is I got done cultivating the gardens, because they were long overdue. Well, not terribly overdue, but they were overdue. And unfortunately, my uncle decided he was going to start taking some trees down. He ended up fucking up that one plant. It was growing out to about there where my finger is, so it was doing really good, but now she got kind of raped. Same thing with that one, but I think that one will be alright. So I guess here's a good overview of our field. Stand on top of the dike. Pretty decent. Like I said, there's more over there, but you just can't see it. I wish I had a drone for you guys to fly over here. But it's looking decent though. There's deer tracks up here. Just hope we get something worthwhile out of this shit, you know. Because this crap's just not yielding like it should. But I guess time will tell. There's my tractor peeking through the woods. I got the windows open right now. I opened them last night because it was supposed to be almost 90 degrees today, and I didn't want the cab to bake. So I just opened the little side windows. So, but yeah, this is the north garden. The south garden's over there. I just got done working it up, so it looks decent now. But we'll see. I don't think we'll get anything out of these plants. I think they got too messed up. So, well, whatever. But anyways, there's an update on that. Before he comes over here with the sloth, I don't look at my sign. I think my name come off. Well, the sun bakes them pretty good. That's still there, I guess. It just wrote up so small you can't really see it, I guess. But I guess that's it, guys. That's just a hay update. Hay's going down finally. And the new stuff's being cut too. I was already there earlier and I seen he made a couple of rounds. So, give you an update, I guess, when we're closer to being done. Or he's being done. So, some good hay right here yet too. Getting awful sun bleached. There's a good whack pile of it right here. And here. Oh, that's still green underneath. Ooh, that's some nice stuff right there. There's still some good stuff along the dike or the bridge. But with them being here now, I don't really want to be in their way. And next 2 days are going to be rain, so that might not be salvageable after 2 days. But I got a decent amount, I guess. So it's not going to obviously get us through the winter, but every little bit helps. Even here, probably should have picked up this, but that's probably wet underneath. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's wet. It's even starting to mold, so we don't want any of that. So if it was flipped about 4 days ago, it would have been alright, but whatever. Garden's that's a garden. This is that ditch I was talking about that I was going to make a video on how I mow it with the John Deere. It's kind of how you would do it. See, I don't really want to do it, but right here, right here it's the worst. Right here, it's actually the sketchiest. Probably don't seem like it on camera, but it is. I don't dare go that way with it. About half of that, I'll just keep going down it. You can kind of see where I've been gnawing at with the mower. And then whatever's left over, I'll just trim it. So I'm doing a little bit better on saving time on trimming. I don't have to mow quite as much. But alright guys, I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah. Thanks for watching guys. Take her easy.